When opportunity knocks, you never know for sure. But if there is an opportunity, boy, you better seize it, before it's too late.
Well, it was a big help having worked for Bob Michel for 12 years. And for me, to have the ability to really know the district, to get to know the people, to build up the same kind of trust, the same kind of opportunities. It was a transition with experience, a transition with knowledge of the district, a transition with knowing how to get things done, and a transition of a long tradition of good service.
And there are such incredible opportunities as a congressional intern for mentorship and to build relationships with people who can stay in your life from that moment all the way through your future career. And
probably the greatest mentor that I can speak for my entire history, aside from my parents, is LaHood. First and foremost, he taught me how to take care of people. My mantra to this day came from my internship, but he reinforced that, and that's what else can I do?
Well, in fact, it was Carol Myrna who ended up becoming my boss, and she was my mentor then. She is my mentor today, but more importantly, she's my friend.
I was so lucky and so fortunate to be surrounded by incredible staff leaders. Chief of Staff Brad McMillan and District Director Carol Myrna were my mentors, and I wanted to spend as much time with both of them to soak up their knowledge about how these offices work, and then understand and appreciate what constituent service is all about.
Well, my mentor in my congressional experience was Mary Alice Dirksen. She taught us the importance of public service, that it was important to work hard, to have excellent relationships, treat everybody with respect.
It was just the cream of the crop. It was the A-team in Washington that worked for Congressman Michel. Everybody you came into contact was the best at their craft. Ralph Vinovich taught me how to behave when I was out in public in Washington. Being around LaHood was a great experience, and learned so many things from him.
Link Hobson. He helped me learn the ropes about how to do things and how not to do things in certain cases. Well, he taught me not to write a letter to President Reagan on Bob Michel stationery, which I was about to do. Link said, "John, this is a good letter, but put it on your own John Morris stationery and not on Bob Michel stationery." I said, "Oh, that's a good idea." That was, Link kept me out of trouble.
I still remember that if somebody called, you always answered and you listened, and then you did everything you possibly could to solve that problem. It was all about this idea of servant leadership. That philosophy of constituent service, of being responsive, going above and beyond, and taking the time to listen, all of those things are skills that I learned from being an intern in Congressman LaHood's office.
Working in the congressional office afforded me the opportunity, above all, to just fall in love with public service. The foundation for this was laid very firmly back in 2008 when I started my first day as an intern.
I think the internship helped me in how to deal with people in a way that builds trust. It really taught me how to temper my responses, to give responses that respect that other person. And that helps not only in politics, it helps in life, it helps in parenting.
The quote from Bob Michel, where he said, "Peaks of uncommon progress can be reached by paths of common courtesy." And I think that so aptly sums up the way Congressman Michel did business.
Whether you pursue your own public service opportunities later in your life, or you think about how you interact with customers at your business, I think you learn a lot by serving as a congressional intern. What it taught me is to have an inner fulfillment for trying to help people, and you need to take on their problem as if it's your own.
I think I had my eureka moment about what I wanted my career to be when I was working in this district office for Congressman John Hyler in an internship. The person that I remember most was named Molly, and Molly was a 23-year-old caseworker. I remember very specifically that there was an elderly couple that came in, and they came in without an appointment carrying a paper grocery bag full of Medicare explanation of benefits and other insurance information. They were obviously at the end of their rope, but about 45 minutes later, after spending time with her being an active listener, really taking time to understand what the problems were, they left feeling completely different. And I remember exactly where I was sitting. I remember when they left. And that was my eureka moment, that's amazing. I want to do that. I want to have that effect on people.
And although we can learn about government by studying it, you really can't understand Congress well unless you're really, really close to it.
Teddy Roosevelt's famous quote about being in the arena. I think a congressional internship is a step into the arena, and you can't get any closer.
But once you're in the arena, you actually see that there are two sides to every issue. That doesn't mean I change my philosophy, but I understand that these issues are complex.
So many people who began their careers as interns in congressional offices ended up continuing on in a role of not just leadership, but of service in some way or the other, whether it's an elected office or in the not-for-profit sector or in business. It is contagious when you see other people serving others and then when you get to experience it for yourself.
So the inspiration for the Michael LaHood program came when Tiffany and I were interviewing Melody Hampton for a LaHood scholarship. And Melody had just come back from interning for Congresswoman Robin Kelly. And Melody was talking about how it was such a stretch for her family and her to come up with the money, because the reality is Washington, D.C. is so expensive. Housing, living expenses, travel expenses. Tiffany and I started a conversation that, we need to do something to make that kind of opportunity accessible to all Bradley students, regardless of their income level. Ray jumped all over the idea of establishing this program.
I just think it's so exciting that we have an opportunity to help support and invest in more interns so that we can continue to have the best and brightest people coming from all geographic areas, all types of backgrounds, because they're going to enrich the experiences of these offices and they'll benefit greatly from their participation.
Bradley's strength is developing these kinds of leaders for our future. Bipartisan, collaborative, ethical.
I think it's really important for those who have the resources to help do what that internship did for me, which is to give a yes to people who want to be in the arena. Give them a chance, and a contribution to this Ray LaHood effort to fund these internships propels them in ways that they might go on to serve in business and not-for-profit work or policy making, or just as a good parent or a good voter or a good citizen, all the things we need to keep our democratic republic strong.
We really hope and believe that the long-term outcome of this is that we are developing future leaders who bring something new to the table so that this country can continue to make the best decisions and to find the best solutions to the problems that it will continue to face.
Those kinds of opportunities for leadership don't just happen. Hello, I'm Ray LaHood.
I'm Carol Myrna, and I'm the CEO at the Center for Prevention of Abuse.
I'm Link Hobson. I'm the circuit clerk here in Tazewell County.
My name is David Zimmerman. I'm the Tazewell County Board Chairman.
My name is Brad McMillan, and I serve as the Executive Director for the Institute of Principled Leadership in Public Service.
I'm John Morris, the President of the Peoria Riverfront Museum.
My name is Ryan Spain. I serve as State Representative for the 73rd District.
My name is Anna Palmer. I am General Partner at Flybridge Capital, where I do early stage technology investing.
I'm Tiffany White. I'm the Executive Director of the Dirksen Congressional Center.
And we're passing the torch to a new generation of leaders. With your help, their future is bright, and so is ours.